Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Release time for today's video. The beer is courtesy of Billy. Thanks so much, Billy. I really appreciate it. And it's one I've never had, but it's from a brewery I've had plenty of stuff from. It's Firestone Walker, and this is from 2020. It's a Gin Rickey. So it's a cocktail-inspired beer, which is... I feel like I'm seeing more and more of them, and I've actually liked quite a few. So that drink is pretty basic. It's funny. It's called a Gin Rickey, but like you can make it with bourbon and stuff. But okay, it's called Gin Rickey, so we'll do it with gin. So gin, like half a lemon. I'm sorry, not lemon, lime, ice, and then I think just like soda water or like mineral water. Which makes sense because this is gin barrel aged. It's an ale, and it has lime peel and spices. Gin itself has botanicals. So I don't know what kind of spices they're putting into this. It's 11.3% ABV. Store at 40 degrees, serve at 55. This was in my stout fridge, which is set at 55. So it's the correct temperature for serving, apparently, but not for storing. They're really good about all the, information on the front. I don't particularly care much about it, so I'm not going to read it. So if you came for that, I'm sorry to disappoint. And yeah, I'm super stoked on this, to try this. I do like gin quite a bit. Gin and tonic is definitely a go-to for me. Yeah, really excited. So it's like a orange copper color. It looks like unfiltered. I don't think this is a chill haze. Yeah, it's like just unfiltered. It's not particularly hazy or anything. The head very thin. It's sticking to the side glass more than it is in the center. So it looks like a little higher than it is. There's just like a really like one layer and barely that of foam essentially on top of the liquid, and then the glass makes it look a little higher. It's I don't know, bone white maybe. And certainly, yeah, not much to speak of for the head, despite how much time I just devoted to trying to explain it. You know what? Let's get to that aroma. I don't know if it's the lime. I get a little bit of like this sour note, but it could just be the lime peel. Because it is like a citrus sour note. Then there's this sweet, almost like sweet breads. Sweet grain. Like a sweet cereal grain, really. That's like most specific. There's this other just like pleasant... What is this other thing? It's not quite confectionery, but it's like a sweet... And again, I don't know what spices they're putting into it, almost like a pop of like ginger or something. Man, it smells fantastic. Let's get into the aroma. Cheers. Thanks again, Billy. So actually, like the aroma, there is like this little tart sour thing. Again, it might just be the lime peel, because it's not mostly that taste, but there's a little bit of that in the front, and then this sweetness comes in, caramel, almost like a really, 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 really light barley, like English style barley wine. You get like a little bit of caramel coming in, and again, like I don't know what spices, if they're trying to like do juniper berries and stuff to mimic the botanicals in gin. I have no idea, but there is a little bit of like a spice element. Not that I want to go all in on ginger, but I kind of get a little bit of ginger in it. Having sipped it and going back into the aroma, on top of that lime, I get a little bit of like orange as well. My guess is it's just the base beer spices mixing with that lime peel. It actually follows in the aroma quite well. Again, you get that initial lime thing, and then I think part of it is when it's transitioning to the sweeter, spicy note is when I kind of get a little bit of like orange. But again, I think it's just a transition away from the lime peel into what else I'm experiencing. Given the ABV, given the what I'm tasting, again, like this like really light English style barley wine, and then man, like not much, like I'm not getting much gin specifically, but like a little bit of this vanilla oakiness, which makes sense with the barrel aging. But I mean, who knows the last time I had this cocktail, you know? So I'm, you know, a better beer tuber would have had one recently than done this review. So I can't speak to, because again, I'm not getting a lot of like what I think of, you know, gin notes. So I can't tell you how close it is to the drink, but but I will tell you this drinks very well, and it's unlike anything I've had lately, yet it's still very beer like, but then it you know, it does have obviously, you know, adjuncts to it, so it's like fun and playful. It's delicious, and it's not too far away from the concept of just what beer should, and, you know, quote unquote, should taste like. Wrong pipe, sorry. And again, I don't want to go all in on ginger, but I do get a little bit of like this ginger root note. Ah, there it is. Okay. This is what was in the aroma too, where I was like, it's not quite confectionery, but it's almost like a little confectionery. It's like somewhere between, and this makes perfect sense because of the gin. Duh. It's like, it's closer to like a spearmint, but it's like this evergreen pine hybrid with the mint. It's like somewhere in the middle of those two things. That is unmistakably in there, and that was like not quite like a candy cane, but like that's what in the aroma I'm like, it's this other thing I know, and it's like somewhat confectionery. That's what it is, because it's not like piney, how like a West Coast IPA is piney, but it is unmistakably. And again, it makes so much sense with the gin inspiration and whatever the spirit, the spirit barrel's kicking in, and whatever the spices is. This like, yeah, and maybe it is juniper specifically, but it's this nice cross of pine and, but because of the sweetness, again, that confectionery thing, pine and some kind of a mint. Yeah, fun and good. Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate it, Billy. Like this was good. This was fun. This was equal parts fun and delicious, which is not always the case. Sometimes something's delicious, but it's not fun, and vice versa. But this was both, and I appreciate that. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you had a gin Rickey lately, ever? You know, my go-to is gin and tonic. Is there another gin drink you like, you want to tell me about? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.